good day everyone, this will be the continuation for Module 9. So today we will be discussing about digital or cyber literacy. So the implication of digital literacy. So the implementation of data privacy in the country is becoming stronger and powerful, especially in utilizing data for research and other forms of report and paperwork. This has also corresponding legal implications once not processed immediately and properly. So it involves uploading of pictures, designs, graphics, concept ideas, frameworks, artwork, data, and other information that are copyrighted without the consent of the author or the source. So these are commonly observed in the schools. So digital literacy means knowing how to use technology and information responsibly, including understanding rules about privacy and copyright. So in our country, data privacy laws are becoming stricter to protect people's personal information and creative work, especially when used for school projects, research, or reports. So these laws aim to prevent misuse and ensure everyone's rights are respected. So for instance, if you use or share things like pictures, designs, ideas, or other creative works that belong to someone else, you need to ask their permission. So these materials are often copyrighted, meaning the original creator owns the right to them. So if you use them without consent, so it can lead to legal problems such as fines or being asked to remove the material. So this is especially important in schools where students and teachers often use information from the internet for projects or presentations. So many people may unknowingly download images, cut text, or use graphics without giving credit to the creator or checking if it's allowed. So this is a common mistake, but it can have serious consequences under data privacy and copyright laws. So the following are the practical techniques in responding to data privacy issues. So first, when getting data, put proper citation and source acknowledgement, such as example, source National Statistic Office 2019. So meaning, always cite your sources. So whenever you use information like statistics, reports, or studies, include where the data came from. So for example, you could write source National Statistics Office 2019. So this small step shows that you are giving credit to the rightful owner. So it also helps readers trace back the original source if they want to learn more. So proper citation show that your work is ethical and credible. Then secondly, when using needed pictures downloaded from the internet, put acknowledgement. But if possible, to have personal pictures taken with the original concept. Although there is still need to seek the consent of those in the picture. So, meaning, acknowledge pictures and use your own photos when possible. So when using photos from the internet, always add a note about where the photo is from, like photo credits to Philpost 2019, something like that. So disrespect to the photographers or the creator's works. So, however, it's even better to use original photos you've taken yourself, as this ensures the content truly belongs to you. So if your photos include other people, always ask their permission before sharing or using the images in any project. So this shows that you respect their privacy and ownership of their image. The next, if data, concept, and information are copyrighted, ask for the consent of the author and wait for his or her response. So meaning, ask permission to use copyrighted materials. So meaning, copyrighted materials are creations like artworks, designs, concepts, and drawings belong to someone else. So if you want to use this in your work, you must ask the creator's permission. send them a polite request explaining how you will use their work and wait for the response. So never assume that copyrighted materials are free to use. So using them without consent can lead to legal consequences. Then fourth, however, if the data and information are for public domain, just acknowledging or citing the author or the source will do. So meaning for public domain materials, still give credit. So some materials like government data or older works belong to the public domain, meaning anyone can use them without asking for permission. So even though you don't need consent, it's still a good practice to give credit. So this shows you value transparency and respect the effort of those who made the material available. Then lastly, if the author doesn't really want anyone to utilize his or her data file or article, learn the value of respect in a way that his or her property. So the author's disapproval usually manifests through difficulty in downloading file, some tricky signs that appear on screen, or direct statement or notice of disapproval contained in the file. So meaning, respect the author's decision not to share their work. So some authors make it clear they don't want others to use or share their content. So this could be indicated by the download restrictions notices in the file or direct statements saying that the material is not for public use, something like that. So for instance, you might find files that are password protected or require payment to access. So these are signs that the author has restricted access to their work. So if they don't want it shared, then it's important to respect that. So it's their intellectual property and they have the right to control how it's used. So the question, why is following these steps important? So why is this important? So these techniques help you avoid legal issues, respect the hard work of others, and build trust in your own work. So being careful about how you use and share information shows responsibility and professionalism in the digital world. So research and data collection protocols. When researching and collecting data from the web, avoid plagiarism, which is the act of taking someone else's work and presenting it as your own. So plagiarism is unethical and it can bring you in trouble. Sometimes students don't mean to plagiarize, but they end up doing it accidentally because they are unaware or unclear about it. So, meaning plagiarism is the act of taking someone else's work, such as ideas, words, or creations, and presenting them as your own without giving proper credit. So it is considered unethical because it disregards the effort and ownership of the original creator. So when researching or collecting data from the internet, it's essential to understand and avoid plagiarism, and this can lead to serious consequences. So plagiarism is not always unintentional. Sometimes students commit plagiarism accidentally because they are unaware of what it means or don't fully understand how to avoid it. For example, they may copy and paste text from a website or use someone else's ideas without realizing they need to credit the source. So this lack of awareness can result in academic trouble or damage to their integrity. So always remember, plagiarism is not just about breaking rules. It is about respecting the intellectual property of the others and being honest in your work. So if students are unsure, they should seek guidance or use tools to ensure their work is original and ethically done. So the following are the 10 types of plagiarism that teachers, researchers, and students should know. So first, clone plagiarism. So what is clone plagiarism? So when we say clone plagiarism, it is when a person copies another person's work exactly as it is, word for word, without making any changes, and then submits it as if it were their own. So this is the most straightforward form of plagiarism. Then second, remix plagiarism. So what is remix plagiarism? So when we say remix plagiarism, it involves taking information from multiple sources, mixing them together, and presenting the combined material as an original work without proper citation. So why it happens? So students may be trying to incorporate several perspectives or facts, but forget to properly acknowledge where each idea came from. So they may also lack understanding of how to synthesize multiple sources and attribute them correctly. So when you combine ideas from different sources, so you need to ensure each idea is cited correctly, so make it clear where each piece of information comes from and properly organize your resources. Then the third one, what we call the control plastic plagiarism. So what is that? So this type of plagiarism happens when large sections of text are copied from a single source and pasted into a new document without modification or acknowledgement of the original source. So why it happens? So I think students may do this quickly, fill out their papers when under time pressure, or may believe that copying a large chunk of information is an efficient way to build a document. So how to prevent it? So always paraphrase the text in your own words, or use quotations for exact phrases. So if you're borrowing text, ensure proper citation is used. Then another one, the hybrid plagiarism. So when we say hybrid plagiarism, so parts of a document are properly cited, but other parts are copied directly from a source without citation. So presenting the work as a new original piece. So I think this may occur when students think that citing some parts of their paper is enough to avoid plagiarism. So they may be unaware that even if parts of the paper are cited, the uncredited sections still count as plagiarism. So always remember that be thorough in your citations. So if you are borrowing material or ideas from a source, make sure everything is properly referenced, and avoid copying text without proper acknowledgement. Then next, we have also defined replace plagiarism. So what is this kind of plagiarism? So in this type of plagiarism, the writer changes a few words, such as replacing synonyms, but keeps the structure and the meaning of the original content intact without citing the source. So sometimes I think the students might think that as long as they change a few words, they're no longer plagiarizing. However, the core idea or structure remains the same, making it still considered plagiarism. So, as a student or as a viewer of this video, make sure to paraphrase thoroughly by not just swapping words, but also changing the structure of sentences and understanding the material in depth. And again, always cite the original source. And the other one, we have also called the recycled plagiarism or self-plagiarism. So, this type of plagiarism occurs when someone reuses their own previous work without citing as a prior source. So, I think student might feel tempted to submit a paper they've already written for another class or assignment because it saves time. They may not realize that reusing their own work still requires proper citation. The next we have also called the mashup plagiarism. So what is mashup plagiarism? So the mashup plagiarism happens when a document is compiled from multiple sources but all the content is mixed together without proper citations. So sometimes students believe that just putting together a bunch of information from different sources without citing them is sufficient. They may also think that they can combine sources so thoroughly that the original ideas become unrecognizable. So again and again, always cite each source individually even if you are combining multiple pieces of information from various sources. So don't just mix ideas from attributing them correctly. The next you have also called 404 error plagiarism. So this happens when someone creates a document by copying from multiple sources and lists citations that lead to incorrect or non-existing sources, making the citation false and unreliable. So, some students may fabricate citations to make their work appear well-researched, or they might be careless in checking the accuracy of the sources they cite. So next, we have also aggregator plagiarism. So, the aggregator plagiarism occurs when a person document includes citations, but the work itself is a collection of others' ideas and not original thought. So, some students might think that as long as they cite the sources properly, they can simply aggregate the information without contributing any of their own ideas. So this can be an attempt to cover up a lack of original work. So that is why you need to ensure that your paper contains original analysis, critique, or synthesis of the information you present. So aggregating ideas is not enough. Aggregating ideas is not enough. You must offer your own insight into the topic. Then of course, you have also retweet plagiarism. So this is when a paper looks like it's been properly cited, but it still resembles the structure or language of the original work. Essentially, the student changes a few things, but the document still closely mirrors the original. So I think students may think that simply citing source is enough, but they fail to transform the ideas enough to make them truly original. So they might also not fully understand how much paraphrasing and reworking is needed. So always remember that when paraphrasing, make sure to change both the structure and the wording of the original text while still accurately conveying the information. So your work should reflect your own understanding of the topic, not just the original text, so that you can not have the what's called retweet plagiarism. So tips to avoid plagiarism. Turnitin.com suggests some techniques to avoid plagiarism that teachers, researchers, and students should know. So first, read and understand the original document several times before explaining it. So meaning, before you try to explain or summarize something from the source, make sure you fully understand it. So read the document a few times to get a clear grasp of the ideas and concepts being presented. So this may help you avoid accidentally copying ideas or misunderstanding the source, because understanding the material thoroughly allows you to explain it in your own words without unintentionally plagiarizing. The next, do not copy any word or sentence from the original document. So, meaning, instead of copying text directly from the source, try to express the idea in your own words. So, it is important to remember that copying text word for word without crediting the author is plagiarism. Paraphrasing or summarizing the idea in your own language shows that you understand the content and avoids copying. Then, the third one, give proper citation to all sources. Example, books, journals, websites, videos, and so on. So, meaning, whenever you use someone else's work, whether it's a book, article, website, video, or any other source, you must give credit to the original author by citing it properly. So, why this is important? So, proper citation shows respect for the author's work and allows others to find and, of course, verify the sources you use. So, it also helps you avoid plagiarism by making it clear that certain ideas came from someone else. The next, in case of citing online sources, include the retrieval date and appropriate URL in the reference. So, meaning, when you cite something from the internet, you should not only mention the author and the title, but also include the date you access it and the URL or the web address. So, online content can change or be removed over time. So, including the date and URL help others locate the exact version of the material you use. The number 5, common phrases and definitions need to be quoted and cited without any modification. So, meaning if you're using well-known phrases, definitions, or terms that cannot be reworded without changing their meaning, like technical terms or the popular quotes, make sure to use make sure to use quotation marks and cite the source. It is important because even though these phrases might seem common, they still belong to someone else. So quoting them directly and citing the source shows that you recognize the author's contribution and avoids plagiarism. So now, how to evaluate a website. So, evaluating a website involves carefully looking at the information it provides to determine if it is reliable and helpful for your research or needs. So first, open the site. So meaning, when you're searching for the information, instead of clicking on a link that takes you to a website and then going back to the search result, open the website in a new tab. So this allows you to keep the search results open, so you can easily go back and check other sites without losing your place. So what is important? So it saves time and helps you compare different websites quickly. So you don't need to go back to the search results page every time you check a site. Then secondly, skim read. So meaning, skim reading means quickly scanning through the website to get an overall idea of what it's about. So you're looking for the most important parts like headings, key points, and summaries to see if the content is easy to understand and relevant to your needs. So why it is important? So if a website is too difficult to read or the language is complicated, it may not be the best source for your work. So if you can understand the content easily, it's better for you to find a different website that explains things in a simpler terms. So the third one, look for the answer to your question. Means after opening the website, check if the content answers the question you are looking for. So you can use different tools to help find specific information. So first, the search box. So many websites have a search bar where you can type your question or keywords to find the information you need. Then the next one, the navigation menu. So some websites have menus at the top or side that categorize their content, so which can help you find your answer faster. Then also the control or the command F. So this is a shortcut that allows you to search the specific words or phrases within the page you're viewing. So simply press the control or the command on Mac plus F and type the keyword you're looking for. So this highlights the words in the page so you can find exact information you need. So that tools help you quickly find the specific information you are looking for, saving time and avoiding unnecessary browsing. And the fourth one, consider the credibility of the author or a website. So meaning before trusting a website, check if it's credible, meaning it's reliable and provides trustworthy information. So here are some ways to evaluate credibility. First, websites with the government or edu or educational institution domains. So these are usually reliable because they are official sources. So these websites are more likely to provide accurate and trustworthy information. Then secondly, the author's information. So look for the author's bio or about page to find out who wrote the content. So check if the author is an expert in the subject, has the right qualifications, or is associated with a credible organization. Also, a well-designed website that is easy to navigate is often more trustworthy. So avoid websites that are messy, hard to read, or full of ads. A cluttered site can be a sign that the website may not be reliable. And in addition, the trustworthy websites usually link to other reliable sources or mention where they got their facts. So this shows that the information is backed by evidence and not just the opinion of the author. Why it is important? So checking the credibility of the website and its author helps you make sure you are using trustworthy and accurate information for your research or a project. So credible websites are more likely to provide facts that you can trust. So by following those steps, you can ensure that the website you use for research or gathering information are reliable and provide answers that are accurate and well supported. So integrating digital or cyber literacy into the curriculum. So means using technology to improve learning and help students become comfortable with using digital tools. So here's how to do it. So first, use an interactive whiteboard to design and deliver lessons. So meaning use digital boards like the Smart Notebook to create lessons that students can interact with. So these boards let you display text, images, and videos in an engaging way. So why is this important? So these tools make lessons more engaging for students, allowing them to actively participate in the learning process. So if you're not yet able to design your own lessons, you can use pre-made lessons from the tools to get started. Then next, allow students to maintain blogs, wikis, or web pages related to their learning. Means gives students the chance to create and manage their own blogs, wikis, or the websites for collaboration, or web pages about what they're learning. So this can involve writing articles, sharing ideas, and posting updates about their school projects. So this helps students develop their writing, research, and digital communication skills. So it also allows them to showcase their work and reflect on what they have learned. Then engage in email or video chat exchanges with students. So means use email or video chats like Zoom to communicate directly with students. So this can be for class discussions, asking questions, or giving feedback on their work. Email and video chats allow for more personal interaction, making it easier for students to get help when they needed it. So it also helps them practice professional communication skills. Then also utilize storytelling media to allow students to create and publish stories. So means use tools like podcasts, videos, or digital storytelling apps to let students create and share their own stories or projects. So they can write, film, and edit their work using technology. So this encourages creativity and helps students express themselves in new ways. So it also gives them practice using digital tools for storytelling, which is valuable skill in today's world. Then set up a blog site, Facebook page, Yahoo, or Google group and post weekly discussion question for students to respond. Means create a group online on platforms like blogs, Facebook, or Google, where you can post discussions, questions. Students can then respond to these questions online, allowing for ongoing class discussions outside of the classroom. It is important since this promotes active learning and helps students improve their writing and critical thinking skills. So it also allows them to engage with classmates in a way that's flexible and convenient for them. So integrating digital literacy into the curriculum helps students learn how to use technology effectively, which is essential for success in school and in future careers. So it also encourages creativity, communication, and collaboration, all skills that are increasingly important in the digital world. So by using these digital tools, teachers can make lessons more engaging and help students become confident users of technology. So number 6, use video cameras to dramatize stories, record scientific experiments, and expose students to video editing software. So meaning, let students use video cameras to record stories, experiments, or activities they are doing in class. So after filming, students can use video editing software to edit their videos and make them better. So by doing that, this allows students to learn through a creative process. It helps them understand how to communicate ideas through video, a skill used in many careers, and also teaches them how to plan, organize, and work with others while learning about technology, editing, and storytelling. The number 7, engage students in discussions about how and why various media work well to showcase learning and why others do not. Meaning, have students discuss how different types of media like videos, images, or articles can help explain or present information. Also, talk about why some media might not work as well for showing certain ideas. The number 8, thinking critically about the medium used to present a message is as important as the message itself. So meaning, it's not just about what you want to say. It is also about how you say it. The thinking about which tools like video, audio, or writing will best deliver your message is just as important as the content itself. The number 9, require a portfolio that compiles their outputs, projects, messages, and photo documents of group activities and investigations online. So, meaning, ask students to create an online portfolio where they collect their work, such as the projects, photos, messages, and other evidence of what they have learned. So, this is like a digital scrapbook of their educational journey. So, it is important since e-portfolios allow students to track and showcase their progress. It gives them a chance to reflect on what they've done and to demonstrate their learning in a way that's accessible anywhere. So it is also teaches them how to organize and present their work in a professional digital format. The number 10 allows students to use digital tools like mobile phones, iPads, and netbooks for Google Search, dictionary apps, YouTube, podcasts, and Spotify applications in class. Meaning, let students use digital devices such as phones, tablets, or laptops to help with learning. So they can use these tools to search for information, look up words in dictionaries, watch educational videos on YouTube, listen to podcasts, and use music apps like Spotify to complement their studies. So why these strategies matter? So all of those approaches help students become more proficient in using technology for learning. So they can encourage creativity, critical thinking, and communication skills. So those digital tools and strategies also help students develop a more hands-on, interactive approach to learning, which is essential for success in today's technology-driven world. So by incorporating those methods, you help students first, of course, be more creative through video production and storytelling. Then, of course, think critically about how to communicate ideas effectively using the right tools, organize and showcase their work in a professional and accessible way through e-portfolios. And also, use technology responsibly and effectively in class, which is an important skill for a future academic and professional success. So these digital skills will not only help students in school but also prepare them for their future careers. Integrating digital literacy in the classroom has many positive effects on students, teachers, families, and even friends. So here's how. So first, motivate students in their learning due to their enjoyment and ease of use with various technological mediums. So meaning, when students use technology in their learning, they tend to enjoy it more. So they find They find digital tools like apps, videos, and interactive games easier and more fun to use than traditional methods such as reading from books or taking notes by hands. The next reaches students of various learning styles and multiple intelligence. So meaning, not all students learn the same way. So some prefer visual aids like pictures or videos, while others learn better by listening to explanations or doing hands-on activities. So the technology offers many ways to present information such as through videos, audio, interactive quizzes, and digital simulations. By using technology, teachers can cater to the different learning styles of their students. So this helps ensure that all students, regardless of how they learn best, can understand and engage with the lesson. So it allows students to learn in a way that suits to them, whether they are visual learners, auditory learners, or kinesthetic learners who learn best by doing. The next allows students to create and design their own unique products reflective of their personalities and learning needs or styles. So meaning, with digital tools, students can create projects that show their individual creativity. For example, they can design digital posters, make videos, or even create websites that reflect their unique ideas, interests, and learning preferences. That encourages students to manipulate media in constructing their own meaning. So meaning, when students use digital tools, they can take different types of media like text, images, videos, and audio and change or combine them to create something new. So this process helps them better understand the topic and make sense of the information in their own way. So this encourages critical thinking and creativity. So instead of just receiving information, students actively interact with it, which helps them understand and remember the material better. They become creators of their own learning, not just the consumers of information. The number 5 enables students to share their learning with teachers, families, and friends. So meaning with digital tools, students can easily share what they've learned, whether through email, blogs, social media, or websites. So this allows teachers, parents, and friends to see the students' progress, projects, and thoughts. The next gives students the chance to explore technological media that inevitably increase the job skills needed in the workforce. So meaning, by using technology in the classroom, the students get to work with tools that are commonly used in many jobs today, like the digital editing software, the social media, and the presentation tools. So these experiences help students build valuable skills they will need in their future careers. So why it is important? So the technology is everywhere in the workforce. So whether the students want to be teachers, designers, engineers, or business professionals, digital skills are essential. So by using technology, students are already preparing themselves for the demands of modern jobs. So it helps them become more competitive in the job market. So the overall impact, students become more independent learners who can think critically, create content, and share it with others. Then the teachers can better understand students' progress and give timely feedback. Then the families get involved by seeing and supporting their child's learning. Then the students' future job prospects are improved by the digital skills they develop now. So in short, digital literacy not only makes learning more interactive and engaging for students, but also helps them develop the skills they'll need in the workforce and in everyday life. So it prepares them for a future where technology plays a big role in almost every job.